Hi, welcome to the Compassion Project. I'm Jane Smith, and I am here with Bailey Rae Dougherty, and I am honored to have Bailey here today. Welcome, Bailey. I am super excited to have you here to share your story.
Hello, thanks for having me.
So, a little bit about Bailey. She is from a small town in upstate New York. She lives with her amazing husband, Hayden, of 3 years as of June 10th. They just had their anniversary. Congratulations.
Thank you. I know, 3 years gone fast.
And you've had quite the ride, and we know that, hey? So Bailey is full of life and joy. She is strong, she is courageous, she's beautiful inside and out, and she is incredibly resilient. Bailey is also very active. She loves to ski and bike and hike and camp and absolutely loves the outdoors. And also very passionate about her job. She works as an art director at a little boutique in a graphic design firm called Zimmett Group in Rochester, New York. And Bailey also knows that in the blink of an eye, your life can change. And my heart goes out to this girl and what she's been through, and she's unbelievably inspiring. So on July 5th, 2019, not like less than a year ago, my goodness, she was enjoying a weekend away with her family, and a tragic ATV accident took the life of her beautiful mama, Tammy Shears, and left Bailey with multiple injuries, including the loss of her right leg. And I am honestly blown away by your story, how you've come through this, and I'm just honored that you're here to share. And it really does inspire people, because you and I chatted a bit before, and I said a lot of us don't know if we could get through it. And so, yeah, and I also want to talk about how this pandemic has affected you and social distancing. But let's go back to July 5th and how you felt that morning. Because I think you said you felt great.
Oh my gosh, July 5th morning was amazing. So I've been having a really rough month this month. I know it's only 11 days in, so I'll probably cry. Like, I got emotional hearing you even just say like my mom's name and stuff. So
yeah,
if tears come, but it's what's got to happen sometimes. But yeah.
July, and honestly, welcome. So if you need to cry, because I might even cry, because yeah.
Oh man, it's been a interesting new life. But yeah, July 5th morning, I was on top of the world, fitness wise, life wise. I was like as fit as I'd ever been. We had just kicked off this summer. We were having like our normal 4th of July weekend with the family. Yes, we went to the lake up north. My family is part of a camp, like you pay your dues and you can hang out on the land or whatever. And so we went to the beach, which we always go to the beach, and just one wrong move, or none of us are actually sure what exactly happened. Yeah. And then I found myself not on top of the world anymore after the actual accident.
So
we were having a great time at the lake, and we were, just trying to order.
So what was it you and your mom went to order subs? Is that what happened?
We were all actually leaving. We were with a bunch of my other family at the lake, and we had ordered lunch. So we left the lake where we like put our chairs in. We're just having a great time and laughing and hanging out in the sun. And so we all left and we caravaned. So up there you can ride your 4-wheelers on the road. So we all caravanned out, and my mom was driving me and came around a curve, and there's no one ever on that road, ever, ever, ever. And we came in contact with a giant truck, and that was that. So she was not fortunate enough to make it. I was clearly ejected also, and in really rough shape. Really rough shape.
Oh my goodness. I can't imagine how. I'm assuming that your brain blocked a lot of that out. Do you just remember the morning, like the happy morning?
I do not even remember getting on the 4-wheeler to leave. So it blocked me out that much. But I've heard countless stories of in my whole family, my brother, my husband, her mom, her stepdad, her fiance, her brother, her niece. We were all there, so they all had to see her there. They had to see me there. It's just something that you would never wish. It's just like, literally what worse than nightmares are made out of. What happened that day?
So what is the first? I'm so sorry. Honestly, your story. It shows that there is always a light of hope somewhere because of who you are now, and your mom would just be blown away and proud of you because I have daughters your age, and yeah, you're incredible.
Thank you.
And all the mamas in the world love you, that's for sure. So what do you remember first? You woke up in the hospital.
I did. Yep. I remember waking up on a cold ass metal table with creepy fluorescent lights on me, and my in-laws were with me, which was very weird in my head. You know what I mean? I just like instantly knew that something was not right. So I just remember, and I actually got in trouble by the people that worked at the hospital because I have a trucker mouth as it is. And I was just apparently like in severe shock and was like swearing up a storm. And they basically, I don't know if they were going to like want to restrain me or what, but it's like, you don't know what you're doing when you're like in shock. But yeah, so no one had told me what had happened yet. And I was just like losing control of reality, like saying like, is she dead? Is she dead? Is she dead? Because I just knew it. You just know, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like my subconscious like blocked out a bunch, but it knew, you know what I mean, what happened. Yeah. So my sister-in-law, Abby, I just remember her holding me, and I know my best friend ended up coming in there too. And they finally let me talk to my husband on the phone so that he could tell me. And I was just like, you need to tell me. And I will never forget. It's like, and it sounds ridiculous, but it's totally like a scene from a movie where like he told me, I'm like, is she dead? And he just said, yep, she's gone. And I dropped the phone and I just like legit went blank. My best friend Alex, she told me that it was like literally the worst thing that she's ever experienced in her life to watch that. And then I was rushed off into a 14-hour surgery. So that's all I remember from that. It was supposed to be a 5-hour surgery, and then it turned into 6, and then 10, and then it ended up being 14. To try to save my legs. So they did really try.
They tried. So Bailey, what other injuries? You had the leg that they did. That was the surgery. You said they took I think they took a vein from the other leg, right?
Yes, which I wish they hadn't, but at least they tried, right? Because now I have a lot of trouble with my good leg. So they harvested a vein from my left leg which is really wild that they can do that. I have a scar from the hoot all the way down to the ankle. It's pretty gnarly. I look like I was doing something way cooler than what I was actually doing. But yes, it didn't work. And that's another thing I remember them saying, like, can you feel this? Can you feel this? And I wanted to lie. I wanted to be like, I can feel it. And I didn't feel it. It just, the time, how far I was away from the hospital, it died. You know what I mean? They tried and they got it back for a little bit. But yeah, I had that. I had broken ribs. I had an open book pelvic fracture, which left me with a bar that was connected into my hip bones, keeping me together for 8 weeks. It was on the outside of my body, which was really freaking weird and disgusting. Oh. Yes. So my pelvis was in 3. So it hit, and they call it an open book pelvic fracture. So it kind of snaps off on each side.
Oh, wow.
Right. So I had that. I had head lacerations. Wear your helmet, because that's probably what saved my life. We both had our helmet on. My mom just came in contact, I'm pretty sure, with the actual truck. That's what, but when I hit, they found me and I didn't have my helmet on, but I absolutely had my helmet on. When I hit, because I had bruises underneath my chin from where the strap hit me, and then I probably didn't have it on tight enough, or who knows, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't even know I had broken ribs until they were hoisting me up, trying to help me to like go to the bathroom. Because that's another thing. Then I was all of a sudden at 28 years old being wiped in the hospital and not being able to hold my pee and all this crazy stuff. It was just,
oh my God.
Instantaneous, like laughing, having a great time. And then that.
Yeah, it's something that it is surreal. It's surreal. I
I
think
often think about that. Like, is that even real? Like, did that really happen to me? Because it's just so insane, and it's
it is. Honestly, and then that time where you need your mom, like, hello, to get through that accident, we all want our husbands, but it's like, mom, right? So
yeah.
that's what you had to go through physical healing, but then there's emotional healing. Such an unbelievable
Which I don't know when that'll ever be healed. um,
day
that's
by day.
the time I would be fine with this leg thing, but having the leg and the mom, like I'm fine. I'm cruising along with this freaking prosthetic and stuff, but losing her and how senseless it all was, it was literally just an overcorrection of the ATV, and it's just really insane. And I often am like, how have I been doing this without her? Because it's like, it's been me, my brother, and her our whole lives, and she's our biggest fan, and it's been, I don't know. People don't understand you like your mom understands you. You know what I mean? If you're
No,
actually in a relationship with them.
Bailey, I want to celebrate your mom and who she was. I'd love you to tell me a bit about her. I like was looking into some of her pictures, and she always seemed to be a person that was just full of life, like you.
Uh,
And yeah, like she's your biggest cheerleader. So, and she was happy and loving, right? Like she.
oh my gosh, this is the thing. I can't, and I hate this part. I can't like look at her that much, and I can't talk about her that much because this is what happens, and it's good.
Yeah.
I need to talk about her, and I need to, because I want to. You know what I mean? That's when, and then I'm like guilty. I feel guilty. I'm like, why can't I talk about her? But it's because it's so heartbreaking for
I
me.
know, and you know why? You might not be ready, so
No, and it's fine. But my mom, like literally, someone said to me, and this was something I said at her service, because they waited to have the service for me until I was out, and I actually was determined to walk into the service, the
and
ceremony.
did you?
I did, girl, I did. So
Good
I
for
passed
you.
this, and everyone, they worked really hard to get me up and going. But yeah, my mom, someone explained her as a room full of people, which I just think is just so amazing, because she was so bossy, so loud, such a freaking party. Like, she just was always the first to like have a good time and be ready to, just, I mean, her laugh, like her cackle was just the most amazing thing. And it has been a tragedy for me and my brother and our family, but like so many people loved her and needed her still, so it's been really, like, when I think about me, I'm like, holy hell, this isn't just like affected me. Like, her people, she was a hairstylist, her clients that she had for 25, 30 years, and just, you know what I mean? And the outpour of support that I had because of how amazing she was, and because of just how crazy the story is, was also something that like I need to talk about all the time, because the support part has been so amazing too.
So, like your community come just and friends and family all coming together for you. Is that what you mean? The support from everyone?
Like the GoFundMe, and like, yes, like, and just even at the hospital, like the hospital, I knew some people, so they gave me my own room on every floor that I was on. So like, I was on the surgical floor for like a long time, because I had 6 surgeries in like 20 days or something insane.
Oh
Um,
wow.
but yeah, so like the visitors, like we like full capacity, I don't even know if that's a word, but every waiting room, and I say we, but I don't even remember it because I wasn't there, but just the amount of people that came to the hospital, and then the benefits that people had for me, and just to make sure that Hayden and I were set up for whatever we needed, the medical bills, like changes to our home, and whatever legs, we had no idea what, like, our legs covered under insurance, are they not? But the amount of, it's almost overwhelming, because it's like, I still feel guilt of not being able to like reply to any, like, all of the messages I got, and just and I say that like, that's my slogan, is like, when I thank people, I often, like, on social media, I'm always thanking everyone that's been supporting me, but I just say, you guys are doing my mama's work, and because there's just no way that, and if the roles were reversed and I had been the one that had to leave that day, and she would not have been able to handle that. So I just do believe that everyone is doing my mama's work for me, because she I don't know. She can't handle that this is happening to me. You know what I'm saying? So
You know what? Honestly, Bailey, I will tell you this. I mean, I have two daughters. I have one that lives in Australia and I have one here. I would walk in front of a truck for them.
you would, because
I
that's
would push,
that's
I would
what you
save
do.
them like that, and I wouldn't, I just would. Like that's all we want is our daughters, our sons, I have daughters. We just want them to live a full life and be happy and shine. And you know what? Unfortunately, I look at life like we are all, we all need to find joy in the simple moments. And some people, it'll take their whole life. It'll take little things their whole life. And then maybe when they're in their 50s, they're like, oh, I finally get it, to be grateful for every little thing. And then there's other people, unfortunately, that have very traumatic things happen. This is what I believe, that force you into this like feeling joy in the moment and being grateful for every second, every breath you take. And that's how I look at it. And some things I've gone through, it's been into my 50s that I can actually be outside and be grateful for the trees, like truly grateful. And you have been forced into that because of this incident, right?
Yeah, I thought that I was like very appreciative of my life and really just honored everything that I am grateful for. But until you're thrown into something like that, I mean, my brother's dad passed away when we were in high school, so we've dealt with a lot of weird stuff, you know what I mean? But this is something that it really is a testament to your well-being, I'm telling you. Our mom was our best friend, and it is like I have a gaping hole in my soul, you know what I mean? So, and the sole fact that her and I were laying on the pavement, like feet apart, like from each other. She was not alive anymore, and I was like hanging on by a thread. But I had to have multiple blood transfusions because I lost so much blood, and just it is not an unknown thing that I was very close to not being here. And I'm doing it for me, but I'm also doing it for her. And I'm not going to take this second chance for granted because it is just, I don't know. I was so close to not being here. And tomorrow I could go. Like, we didn't wake up on July 5th morning and be like, today's the day that we're going to actually, for no reason, get in this crazy accident, lose our mom. And you know what I mean? It's just, it's so messed up. And that's the thing. Like, you only live once, like, and you just, I don't know, spend your money, save it, but like spend your money, do the things you want to do. Like, that is just, I don't know, appreciate the damn snowflakes and the leaves changing and the trees and the, just the fact that there's things just still, that's the other thing. Like, all of this suck, I am still able to like realize how amazing life is. And that's my mom. So she had MS and she was in pain and a lot of like yucky feelings, like, for a lot of her life, and she just you would not have known that she was sick ever. And she was just like, by golly, like I am here, I'm alive, I'm gonna live. So that's our thing. I say that I made up this slogan with my BFF. Her son has some health issues, and we like are dealing with that too as a BFF duo. And so I just have to tell her sometimes. I told her one day, you gotta just put on your TAM cap and live. So that is our slogan of life, just like, you just can't worry about it right now. If it happens, it happens. But like right now you have to live in the moment,
Yeah, you do. So you actually, your recovery was quicker than people realized, wasn't it? Like 20 days in the hospital, and then you were back at work at 3 months or something.
Yes. So I went back to work on September 23rd. They thought I was going to be in the hospital for like 2 or 3 months, I think. I think they just didn't know. And I was hell-bent. I literally told them that I was going to sign myself out. I was like, I'm not staying here another weekend. Like, you need Justin, my doctor, everyone at Upstate Hospital, shout out to Upstate in Syracuse, New York. They were so amazing and so beautiful. It was almost like I was like being taken care of by Grey's Anatomy cast. It was insane. Everyone that came in, I was like, why are you prettier than me? And now you're wiping my freaking butt. Like, get away. Give me the ugly people. Just kidding. No, but they were so beautiful and so nice. Like, they were amazing there. But yeah, no, I just was like doing everything that I had to do. Like, oh, and that's the other thing. I have screws in me that'll stay in there forever that are holding my pelvis back together. It was like a 12% chance that it could happen or something. They put the screw into my sciatic nerve. So like I was dealing with that, and all of a sudden they did that, and I was just like, I literally told them, I said, I would rather die, because they were telling me, they were like, no, sometimes that just happens like that. And I'm like, I said, I would rather be dead than live with this pain. So people with sciatic back pain and nerve issues, God bless you, because I lived with it for like and then they were like lifting me up on the bed sheets, and they were like, sit on this bedpan. And I'm like, I cannot sit on the bedpan with one leg, mind you, like totally just like ripped to shreds as a human being, and the sciatic nerve was right where the bedpan was. So it was an insane 20 days, and but they were my friends there. It was almost like my friends were taking care of me. So I'm telling you, all the people that were put in my journey were like handpicked by my mom. I feel like I was taken such good care of, and it's still happening. Like my physical therapist and my prosthetist, it's kind of unreal. So I did recover a lot faster, but I do have a mindset where I was just like it was like fight or flight. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, I have to do this. I'm not going to sit here and sulk. Like, and honestly, like being in the hospital and kind of like fighting for my life, and like all of a sudden, like literally I had the 5 surgeries in like the first 7 days or something insane, and I had never been in the hospital a day in my life. I like literally didn't even take medicine. I used peppermint oil for my headache. So it was just all like it would be a shell shock to anyone, but it was a total shell shock to me. But the thing about the hospital, like people were like, you're doing so well. I didn't have time to process my mom in the hospital because I was fighting for my life. So the whole mom part of that, it was really freaking weird, because it was like, where is my mom? Like, why is she not here? She would be here. But like until I got home, I wasn't able to process that part of it. So that was really weird. It was almost like a delayed grieving process, because I was so focused on just like getting the freak out of there.
Oh my God. And I think of you and you're young, your marriage too. You're like newly married.
Yeah, we've been together since like 2010, but when you are 28 and 29 years old, you don't expect to like be watching your wife like scream and cry with sciatic nerve pains and have no freaking leg. I mean, we're a very active family, and at the end of last summer, we were going on a 2-week van trip, and we were gonna like go out west, go to Yellowstone, and go to a bunch of national parks. It was gonna be our last big like hurrah, and then we're gonna start trying to have a baby. So we had this whole plan, and life doesn't work out like you plan. Like, so that's something that we know. But he has been, oh my gosh, Hayden, he is something else. Like and I feel bad, and I do the thing where I'm so sorry, and he's like, what are you sorry for? You didn't ask for this. You know what I mean? I'm like, I know, but like he's a trail runner and an avid hiker and a freaking mountain biker and all this stuff. And he runs marathons on trails in Letchworth State Park in New York. And so I had just gotten to a fitness level where I was able to keep up with him without like thinking I was going to like pass out and like keel over. We were so excited about that, and I worked really hard for that. So that was really a blow to our lives together. Like he I'm sure was thinking like, we'll never be able to hike again. I was surely thinking I will never be able to do anything ever again. And we joke about it. He was like looking off, like we have a rooftop tent, and he's like, we're gonna have to sell the tent. And I was like, why would you say that? Like, why would you say that to me in the hospital? Like, at least wait. But yeah, no, but I do have to say, the whole fitness thing, if I hadn't gotten myself, don't worry, I was not thin or skinny. Like, that is not what I'm saying. But I was fit. And I do think that like kind of saved my life and definitely helped with my recovery, because if I had those 25 pounds extra on me, and if I had, not been as strong as I was, who knows if I would have been able to survive the accident. And I definitely wouldn't have gotten out of there as much.
Wow.
Or as quickly. But yes, Hayden Hayden is a saint, and he is super supportive, and him being the way that he is has also helped me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, as soon as I went back to work, he was like, you don't need my help anymore. You'll help me when I need it. But like, he doesn't baby me, which is good for me, you know?
Yeah. That's amazing. Well, let's talk about like you and your recovery because the reason I saw you on Facebook because we met through Dana Clark with Heroic Humans.
Yes.
I saw you on Facebook and I was like, here's this girl with her prosthetic leg doing, I don't know what it was, lunges, or I think it was because of social distancing and your husband was getting you to do these or you were working out. And I thought, what? This girl is unbelievable. Do you know, I mean, a lot of us just to work out at home and the social distancing is like, we get all like down. And I thought what is it in you that gets you motivated to do that and work out?
Man, so that's the thing. It takes, for anyone, it takes a lot to find that routine and, you know what I mean? And like mentally, it's a mental game. That's really what it is to start doing it. Again, luckily I have Hayden, who also is a CrossFitter, who's been doing like WODs at home. And so I like join in on that. And like, he is very much like, all right, what you gonna do today? Like, you know what I mean? So my PT guy, we were having virtual sessions, so I had that. But it's just really like I have every single ounce and every desire to get back to where I was as much as I possibly can, like before the accident, as much as I can. I'm never going to be the two-legged Bailey with her beautiful little chunky thighs. I have one chunky thigh and this creepy little chunky nub now, and that's fine. But that's the thing. If you don't practice, if you don't put in the work, you're not going to keep succeeding and keep moving forward. So I have and that's another thing I say, I dip low and I come out high. So I have my insecurities. We just stopped for an ice cream cone last night. He forgot his wallet in the car and I didn't even want to walk on the rocks and step up on this little tiny like pavement thing because there were so many people there and I was terrified that I was going to fall. You know what I mean? So like, it always is countering. Like, I feel really confident and I'm going to do burpees and freaking like fake jump rope today, but like then I'm going to be like, my life is terrible. So you know what I mean? So it definitely is a balance of like, woe is me and honestly, what am I going to do? Like, this is my life now. So I have to take charge of it is how I get to see it.
You're doing amazing. Like it's not even been a year. It hasn't even been a year. That's the crazy thing. And yeah, so we'll talk about the global pandemic when it hit in March, because you were probably on your on a routine and everything was going along because you'd already been through enough, and the pandemic hits. When were you like, what is happening? Things are closing, we can't go out.
It was so half of my 2019 I was quarantined because I didn't have a leg and I like could only pivot for the 8 weeks that external fixator was in my body. And then it was the process of like getting the leg and just like moving on up from the wheelchair to the walker to the crutches to then the cane. And then now I don't have anything. But in March, so February, I actually did go on a Mexican vacation, which was like.
Wait a second. I saw a picture of you. You look freaking adorable. I saw a picture of you on a lawn chair. This girl looks sexy, like you, like, and I was like, she looks amazing. I admire you. How look at someone put what a survivor Bailey is. Her resilience is so admirable. It's so true. So true. So yeah, you went to Mexico. How was that experience going out? How did you?
So we had never been out of the country like that. So it was like we had to get passports for it. We had to do like, so we went with my brother and his girlfriend, who are such a riot. And I was super nervous that it was going to be a total lame time for them that I was going with, and kind of a total lame time for me because I was like, this is embarrassing. Like, I get embarrassed in myself. You know what I mean? We all have, we don't like our tummies or whatever we have going on that we're not like super fans of. Here I am with this big crazy prosthetic that's like not sexy. You know what I mean? Like it was wild. But so Mexico was amazing. Like And I'm telling you, handicap airport service, that is one thing that I will milk until the day I am gone, because that was amazing. You have someone wheel you around, they wheel you to the front of the lines and the customs, and so we took full advantage of that, which was great. It was totally normal. It felt normal. I was in a wheelchair for most of it because I wasn't that sturdy yet, you know?
Yeah.
But no, we had so much fun. Like, my husband and my brother tried to, like, you know, put me on their arms and like hop me into the water with my one leg. I can't hop. I don't know. I have my best friend's husband is actually an above the knee amputee, and she calls herself the keeper of the one-legged, which is really silly because it's like, how do you have two like main people in your life that have above the knee amputations?
I was gonna say, what is the chance of that?
It's very slim and it's just very strange. But so anyways, Hayden actually ended up CrossFit sandbagging me into the water. So like he just like picked me up and like hulked me in and just put me in the water because it was like so embarrassing. Like everyone was just like, no one was rude, but like I would have been like, what is going on?
Yeah, people are curious, and right, and I know, but yeah, you're absolutely incredible. I admire you for embracing life. That's what we all have to do.
Oh man, yes. But to your question about the pandemic, I had just started getting back to like real life. I had been at work and stuff, but like I was just able to start like getting my nails done again without having like a partner in crime like hanging out with me and going into Wegmans, which is our like grocery store here. And so, and then all of a sudden it was like March 13th and it was like, sorry, but no longer. And that was really weird. And we like, you know what I mean? It kept moving out like, oh, it's just going to be like 2 weeks. And then it was like a month. And then it was like 2 months. And luckily I've been grateful. I've been lucky enough to keep working through that time because I can work remote, which is amazing. But then all of a sudden having to be home alone all day, every day. My husband was essential. They work in the cold storage industry. His family owns a cold storage. And so he was still going to work, and then he would come home and go running because like running is a socially distanced activity. So, and then I would just sit here and I would just like watch him leave. And then I would watch him just go and run. And I was almost like not starting to resent him, but like just resent the fact that I was like trapped again. Like I had just been trapped for so many months. And then I finally was just able to like start going out for drinks with my girlfriends and stuff, you know, like, cause I had my teen and stuff like that. So it was just all of a sudden I was like, what is this curse tainted year? Like, what is happening?
I know it is. It's the whole thing is strange. And I never, it's strange for everyone, and everyone's experiences are so different. And that's why I thought even you had to do your physio. Is it Nick, your trainer?
Yes.
Is that his name? Is his name? Oh, did you lose me?
Oh, are you there?
Nick. So you had to do Zoom trainings, physio? Yeah.
Yes.
Still here. You had to do Zoom trainings.
Which was really
How did that go?
terrible. I was not a fan of the Zoom PT because it just didn't, I don't know. And this is the thing. God bless Nicholas too, because I have never been at PT just like doing like arm lunges, you know what I mean? Which is great if that's what you need. But he saw me and he was like, I told him where I was before, and he's just been like totally kicking my butt since day one. And so I just felt like I was going to start going backwards. Even though I freaking do burpees and stuff at home. Like, so I don't need physical therapy for me to keep progressing, but I was just all of a sudden like, and now I can't even like get to PT. I can't even do my health stuffs. I can't, you know what I mean? Like I can't do my normal, even health things that I was doing to like keep going. So that was also weird. I was worried about, you know, regressing and not just, I don't know.
Yeah. So what's happening now where you live with the pandemic? Like our restaurants are starting to open?
Oh my gosh. So yes, we've had takeout this whole time, which is amazing, but restaurants just started being allowed to do outdoor seating. And yesterday was my husband and I's third anniversary. So I was like, and it was of course the year we got married. It was so damn hot that like there was no fans in the damn place that we got married. So it was just like, it was terrible, the heat. It was a beautiful day. amazing day, but the heat was insane. So it must be a cursed day because it was 95 yesterday. And I was like, he's like, are you sure you want to go? It's prosthetic. I'm telling you, it heats up, and then it's like a space heater just like attached to my body for like the whole rest of the day. But so we went out to eat for the first time since like before March 13th, and it was amazing. So it was weird.
Aw.
We still have to wear masks here. I'm not in New York City, so that is a totally different story, and they are worlds behind doing stuff like this, I think. I have a couple friends in New York City, and I think they're still like on severe lockdown, which I hate for them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we had to wear a mask in to the restaurant, but then we could take it off at the table. So the servers still had masks. So it was super weird, but like I feel like we're all kind of jiving with this strange mask. Like I still get embarrassed to put on a mask. I'm like, this is embarrassing. Like I feel like a total dweeb. Why am I doing this? You know?
I feel the same way though.
Like, what the heck? I don't want to wear this dang mask, and it makes me break out. So people that wear masks all day, I have to PT in a mask, by the way, and I almost puke every time because he makes me do crazy things. But yes, people that wear a mask all day for their job, you guys are really amazing because it's no joke, man.
Wow, it is such a crazy time, and I don't know, we'll all get through it. But you're just such an inspiration. I can't even. It's hard to even like portray to you what I feel, and I just researched your story over the last week. I literally like cried when I read your story. I admire you. This girl, I mean, you guys have to get on her Facebook page. She's amazing. I saw you climbing the park with your niece, and she's climbing out and going down the slide, and I'm like, you really don't let anything stop you. You don't. You and I guess it is that you feel like you have the second chance at life. You have this gift.
Yes, and I just feel like I don't know. I guess I'm the epitome of life is what you make it because I have a lot of reasons to be very, just paralyzed by life, and just mentally paralyzed. And there are days that I am, believe me when I tell you. And I think it's the sole fact that I'm just like, but I don't have to be like that. You know what I mean? And I don't, I get the question a lot, like, should you go talk to someone? I'm very good at getting my emotions out. I'm very good at getting my thoughts out. I feel like my therapy is there's this Believing in Bailey Facebook page that they set up while I was in the hospital. I do lives in there. My Instagram story and my Instagram, that's my therapy. It sounds really silly and really millennial. Like everyone's probably rolling their eyes like, oh my God, you're such a 29-year-old. But
no, that is therapy.
It is just, I don't know. It's like, I'm not limited. That's the thing. I am a lot slower than I was and get really tired by walking like a mile, but that's the thing. But I'm walking a mile. I'm not, because I can. And because I have the mindset that like, I need to do that for me and I need to do it for Hayden and I need to do it for my mom and my family because it doesn't just affect me if I am being yucky in the mind. You know what I'm saying? Like and sometimes you can't help it. And I don't suffer from a mental illness that's been diagnosed anyway. My doctor has diagnosed me with PTSD because sometimes like literally I was like, why do I just stare off into the abyss? Like, why does it feel like I can't get anything done? I'm like, I feel anxious, but yet I don't want to do anything and I can't do anything. And he's like, that's PTSD. And he goes, and it's going to be like that for a while, but like I can feel those feelings and then move past them, which has been my saving grace. And it's not a talent. It's just, I think something that is bred in you. And my mom, she totally bred that in us. It was like, you know what, like she worked 700 jobs for us. She, you know what I mean, as a single mom, and just she never skipped a beat. And she was just like, my life is still freaking amazing, even though our electric just got shut off, the power went out, but like she hid that kind of stuff from us. And she was an amazing mom and still found like joy in life, like every little aspect of her life. So I don't know. I think it was bred in me by her that to just be like, this is our life. And watching her have to leave me, and for such a senseless reason, and like literally not even 5 minutes after we left that amazingly fun time at the lake, it was just chaos, like severe, disgusting chaos. So I don't want to miss out on living the best I could before I don't have that option anymore, because so many of us don't have that option.
I know. And your mom is right here the whole time. You don't have her physically. She's there. I believe that we are connected on such a deep level that it's so much more than physical. And I'm sure you feel her presence all the time in you.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, so people say that, and I want to feel her more. You know what I mean? I get greedy. I'm like, I want to, like, she's always here. You know what I mean? But it's like, I just like, give me more signs and let me feel you more, Mom. And it's just like, I think I'm at the point in my grieving process where it's still just like, it feels like she's on vacation still. And it's just, you know what I mean? Because it's like, the denial phase is going to be real for a long ass time, because it's just so unrealistic that she's not here anymore, because like I'm literally on an ATV twice a year when I go up to Goose Pond where we were. So like for me to have lost my mom and my leg because of that, and that's the thing, we have a 4-wheeler here. I get on that 4-wheeler, we ride around the yard, we do a whole bunch of stuff. So it's like, it wasn't the 4-wheeler's fault. You know what I'm saying? And I can't blame my mom either. It was just accident. And that is like, and that's what's hard also. There's nothing to blame. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing to blame it on. Like, not that like if she were to have died from a sickness or an illness would have been easier by any means, but like, I have nothing to say like she died from cancer. It was just a wrong move, like the wrong place at the wrong time. No one's ever on that road. You know what I mean? So that is something that I really do struggle with.
It's hard, I think, because your brain would constantly want to go back in that whole, like, there's like, I don't know, do you read Brene Brown? Because Brene Brown's amazing. And there was something she talked about, it's to do with healing. And we all have these big, they call them almost like potholes in your life, those big, where you can sink down. And when tragedy happens or bad things, your brain is constantly going back and you're sinking down in the hole. It's like you have to heal it. You have to heal it and just, like they say, love all that time with her that you had, which you do. I mean, you just love every moment with your mom in your past and you embrace it. And then you have to just move forward day by day, which is what you're doing. And you're incredible. And honestly, I'm blessed that you joined me today.
Aw, you're so sweet.
And I think your story is absolutely powerful. I would love to have you on another time, because I thought I could talk to this girl for a long time. I really wanted to celebrate your mom and your brother, because you were called the Three Musketeers. You three of you, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Actually, share with people. There was a post you did, and maybe we'll end it here pretty soon. But there was a post that you put about your brother. You were social distancing. You hadn't seen him. You got in your car, and you needed to just go and see him, and you felt like she was in the seat beside you.
Yes. Don't make me cry. But yes, it losing her has, and this is the other thing about social distancing. Losing her, she was the glue to our family. The one who planned the dinners, the one who had the holidays at her house. And so it is just a freaking 900,000 degree difference without her here. And then all of a sudden social distancing came, and it was like, oh my gosh, like I already was feeling distant from my family members because, we were all there that day. They had to see that. I'm a constant reminder of her in that day, you know what I mean? And, her fiance, her boyfriend, I don't even know what they're called. They were just in love, whatever. But they, like, he's a trigger for me and stuff like that. But so anyways, I just, like, my brother lives a little bit of ways from me, like not too far, but like 45 minutes. So, and he's very busy. And so yeah, it just felt, you just get these urges that you need to see people. So being told that I couldn't see people also in this quarantine, like, was really hard for me, because I am a person that needs to be among other people, especially mentally now. And I don't want to feel distant from my brother. So I did have to just, like, I brought him a coffee, and I was just like, can I just look at you through the car window? Like, I just need to look at you. If I can't hug you, that's fine. But No, yeah, we have different fathers, but it just our lives were so tight knit, and it was the Three Musketeers. You know, she had different boyfriends throughout our lives and stuff, but it was always the constant was her, and the constant was Brandon, my brother, and
Wow.
so, and that's the thing. I feel a lot of guilt that like I don't know that like he's suffering from losing his mom too. You know what I mean? And like and people know that, but because of the leg thing, people like I don't know, they give not more attention, but you know what I'm saying? Like I just always like I don't know.
Well, you had two huge traumas at once.
Yeah.
Huge. And so that's why it's like people have come to you and surround you and are helping you, because we all don't know if we could get through that. I mean, I want to say that I would be strong enough. I would hope I would be, but
You would be. You would be, girl.
I'd rather get out of my way. I'll let want my daughters to thrive and live big. And I know I just know she's so proud of you, because you're incredible and you're getting through this. And it's not even been a year. Give yourself grace. You're so far ahead of what anyone could ever have imagined, I'm sure, right? Like this time of year. You're beautiful, you're inspiring, you are strong, you are sexy. You're one sexy girl, so we go with that. I saw the Mexico pictures. I was like, that girl.
You around, girl.
You are. Anyway, thank you for joining me for the Compassion Project. Like I said, I'd love to have you on again, because I'm sure there's other things we could talk about, like body image and things. There's a lot. Okay, well, we're going to sign off.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone, for watching. And yeah. Bye.